Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Star Wars The Old Republic Trooper Edition. Now, when we left off, we had just gained a mission to travel to Coruscant, and we will be doing just that. I hesitated to actually travel there before I started because, well, the Trooper has been known to activate his holo terminal rather suddenly. So let us see what transpires here. Maybe nothing. No, it actually appears nothing is going to happen. So, we will be speaking to General Garza. I am very, very hopeful with the addition of the new expansion that they have added a couple of quick travel points, maybe just outside where General Garza is. That would be absolutely fantastic, because then I wouldn't have to run the length and breadth of Coruscant just to get over there. That would be absolutely amazing, but obviously we are just about to find out. I think it would actually be rather cool if they did. I know they have improved the travel around the Drummond Cass central city, so it would be wonderful if that was the same here.
I hadn't expected you here, or Agent Bulger.
The Senate situation is more complicated than I could explain via holo. I couldn't be certain my office wasn't being monitored. What I said before was accurate. The Senate has called a hearing to investigate the actions of Special Forces, Havoc Squad specifically. But what I couldn't say was that the senator behind these proceedings is actually an undercover agent for the Empire. The entire hearing is a sham.
If this is all nonsense, can I just leave?
This isn't a joking matter.
We have the evidence right here. His name's Zion. He represents a tiny little rock in the middle of some very profitable trade lanes.
With the help of Imperial intelligence, Senator Zion has slowly gained influence. Now he's turning that influence against us.
It's just another shot from dear old General Racton. Zion gets Havoc suspended. Racton gets the break he needs to turn the war back his way.
What's our move? Arrest Zion?
Not exactly. The military doesn't have that kind of authority. And detaining Zion would only fuel his accusations that we abuse our power. I want you to attend the hearing just as the Senate has asked. We can't risk him getting away. Go and conduct yourself respectfully. When it's your turn to speak, present the evidence the SIS has gathered. The Senate will have to investigate, and we'll be free to resume operations.
I'll get this cleared up in no time.
Remember, Senator Zion will do his best to paint you as a loose cannon. Don't do anything to prove him right. I'll be waiting in my office. Report back to me as soon as the hearing is complete. Dismissed.
Have fun, Major.
Oh, wow, that seems like a rather interesting development, doesn't it? Okay, well, let's take a look at where we actually have to go. It doesn't seem it actually wants to tell us. Well, obviously, I do actually maybe need to get out of the spaceport, so let's get on our Tauntaun and head on out of here. I have to say that I really do love riding the Tauntaun over most other mounts. I actually like the animal mounts a lot in this particular game, and well, I think it's because they get some unique jumping animations. As you can see, we have a little hop there, and Zanval has a little hop, shall we say. Just very amusing in my opinion, but let's just take a look and see where we need to go. Okay, so apparently it is just not actually giving us any indication of where we need to go, so I will just be heading out here, and then we'll take a look at the map and see if that actually makes a difference. But from what I can tell, maybe we are going to have to make our way wherever it is rather manually, which would be kind of sad. No, it is actually the Senate Tower, so I am going to be teleporting to the Senate Plaza, which is actually just up ahead if I recall correctly, so that's going to be a little bit sad. Ooh, someone is throwing snowballs at us, how dare you? Ah, well, unfortunately I didn't have a snowball to throw back, but yes, it is the holiday season, of course. Okay, so wait a minute. Oh, there was something weird happening with my mouse there, but nevertheless, let us now head on to the Senate. Okay, so we have arrived at the hearing, and we are now about to speak to the senators. Let's try not to spark off any intergalactic conflicts here, shall we? Ah, well, it's already happening technically, so I don't think we would make it any worse, but we would get ourselves suspended, which would be terrible. So, let's head on in.
Welcome, Major. We appreciate you taking the time to come and respond to our concerns in person. Senator Zion, you may proceed.
Thank you. As many of you are aware, Havoc Squad is widely considered to be the finest infantry team in the Republic military. Their reputation earns them a great deal of leeway, so much that they have become a danger to the Republic itself. My friends and colleagues, what is it that Havoc Squad actually does, day in and day out? Disturbingly, almost no one knows for sure.
My squad and I put our lives on the line to defend the Republic.
I must direct you to reserve any comments until the appropriate time, Major. Please continue, Senator Zion.
We all remember the mysterious disappearance of Havoc Squad's previous commander. No doubt, a crime was committed and covered up. And that nonsense with the so-called Gauntlet superweapon. An astronomically expensive operation to destroy a science project whose danger was never substantially proven. And it was only after that reckless operation that the Empire attacked us with full force. Why wasn't the Senate consulted beforehand? I will end with this simple fact. Since the war broke out, Havoc Squad hasn't made a single trip to the front lines. If all of the Republic's battles are being won and lost without the help of our best team, then it's time we made changes.
Thank you, Senator Zion. Major, if you'd like to make a response, you may begin now.
My team is not a threat to the Republic, but traitors like Zion are. I have evidence here proving that Senator Zion is a paid agent for the Sith Empire.
This is outrageous. Are we really going to tolerate wild accusations like this?
The commander of Havoc Squad deserves more than to be dismissed out of hand.
Preposterous. I called this hearing to present facts, not paranoid delusions.
The facts are right here. Give it up.
Though it is highly irregular, these are dangerous times. We are in no place to ignore accusations of treason, even among our own body. Guards, seal the area and allow no one to leave until we are prepared to reconvene. Senator Zion, in light of this evidence, I must order that you be detained by the Senate Guard pending charges for high treason.
But this is insane! I'm no traitor! Whatever you've seen, it must be a forgery. Some kind of military conspiracy.
Please accept our apologies, Major. I hope you understand that you were called here with the best of intentions.
You have a duty to ensure that we're acting in the Republic's best interest.
That's right. And rest assured that your tireless efforts in the Republic's defense are greatly appreciated.
Given the change in circumstances brought about by new evidence, I hereby adjourn this meeting immediately. Major, you're dismissed.
Oh, okay. Well, that seemed to be quite cut and dry there. Hopefully we are free and clear, shall we say? And now we will make our way over to General Garza. Well, I can only say that I am assuming that Senator Zion is going to be escaping in some way, and maybe then causing some kind of catastrophe to happen, but we'll see whether that is indeed the case as we make our way over to our superior. And where is her office again? It's been a while. Ah, it's all the way over there. Okay, well, I'll see you once we arrive. Okay, so we're standing right outside General Garza's office, and we will now be entering and seeing what's up.
Major, Lieutenant Mai, I'm General Garza's new assistant. It's a real honor to meet you.
It's good to meet you too, Lieutenant. Could I see the General?
I'm afraid General Garza had to leave. An urgent situation on Corellia. I can put you through to her via holo if you like.
That would be great, Lieutenant.
One moment, please.
Major, I understand our dilemma has been taken care of. Reports are already circulating about Zion's secondary income. Racton could have buried us with this one. If the SIS hadn't come through, if you hadn't convinced the Senate to review their evidence, we would be finished. Well done.
I'm just glad everything worked out.
We were fortunate, there's no doubt about it. Join me on Corellia as quickly as possible. General Racton has taken the field personally. This is the opportunity we've been waiting for.
I'll get Havoc to Corellia on the double, General.
I'll give you a detailed briefing after you touch down. Garza out.
General Racton? It sounds like you better hurry, Major. Good luck.
Ooh, okay, well, we're going to be making our way over to Corellia. Obviously, thank you very much for level 56. And we also have the added bonus of, well, a couple of flirtation options there. But obviously, seeing as we have our wife by our side, we are not going to be doing any of that. Well, not anymore, anyway. We were actually a little bit flirty in previous parts, but obviously now that we are married to Elara, we will be ceasing all of that. And so, let us transport back to our ship, and we'll be making our way over to Corellia. Not the best of planets, I would say, but it's not the worst either, so I suppose that is something to look forward to somewhat. Anyway, so let's see here. Where is Corellia? Yes, it's not every day you go to Corellia, that's for sure, so let's travel there. And, yep, there is going to be a holo-terminal conversation, so let's just wait and see what General Garza has to say.
Major, good. Now that you've arrived, we can begin operations in earnest. Imperial forces, including General Racton, have invaded Corellia in full force. Local resistance fighters have barely held them back from total victory. Corellia is the tipping point for the entire war. If the Imperials win here, they could reverse all our hard-fought advances.
If we beat the imps here, will that be the end of it?
Not right away. But winning here should put an overall victory well within our reach. Your target is the Bastion, one of the main centers for logistics and strategic planning in the entire Republic. Racton seized the Bastion during the invasion. He's clearly hoping to use the information inside to plan his next campaign against us. It's your job to stop him.
Just tell me where to begin, General.
The Bastion is one of the most heavily secured fortresses in the galaxy. Your team will need a lot of support to take it. To get the necessary manpower into the field, we're working with a local resistance leader, a Corellian security officer named Locke.
What do we know about this guy, General?
A great deal, actually. Before he entered Coruscant, Locke served in Special Forces under my command. He's a dependable soldier, and he knows Corellia very well. We'll discuss the details once you arrive. We've set up our command center in a former cantina, the Gilded Descent.
I'll move out right away, General.
Watch for targets of opportunity, Major. Imperial commando teams are all over the area. See you soon. Garza out.
Okay, well, this Locke character actually seems to be quite the dependable fellow, and we will, of course, be seeing him very soon. So let us rendezvous with General Garza and make our way onto Corellia itself. And it is quite the battlefield, as you can plainly see by the loading screen. And so, yes, I will be cutting away once again, and I'll see you at the cantina. Okay, so we've arrived in the Gilded Descent Casino. Yes, it's actually a casino, not a cantina, not any standard cantina. As we can see here, we have a lot of different games, but obviously they are inactive right now, considering they are now a base for the Republic. So, let us head into the trooper phase, and we will be speaking with General Garza and Locke, I assume.
I'm not saying we're not on board, lady. I'm saying you're not the boss of me. Wouldn't kill you to show some respect.
This is war. If you can't join ranks and follow orders, then you're a liability.
Everybody just take it easy, all right? We're all on the same side. Now, General, it looks like your best and brightest is here. Why don't we get started?
You're the Corellian security officer, right?
It's Core Sec around here, so yeah, that's me. It's a pleasure.
Locke's associate is Captain Ferris, a contract pilot. She's leading a group of private ship owners who have volunteered to help our cause. As I've explained, breaching the Bastion will require substantial manpower. Captain Ferris and her associates will be responsible for bringing that manpower to Corellia, unnoticed.
If you can get our people here without the imps noticing, we'll be in good shape.
It's what we do best. Just have to clear up one tiny detail, and we'll be ready to jet.
The landing bays where the volunteers' ships are docked have been captured by the Imperial forces. We need Havoc Squad to clear them out, fast. Understood?
The ships will be freed up in no time.
Music to my ears.
There's your coordinates, Major. I look forward to seeing Havoc at work.
Good luck, Major. Dismissed.
Okay, well, let's make our way over, shall we? Oh, wait a minute. Investigate 2 of these particular fellows. I think it's actually worth our time to do this. Why not?
Yeah, you want something?
Have you been a contract pilot for long?
Since I was a kid, practically. It's in my blood. In fact, I'd be flying right now if you weren't wasting time chatting. So why don't you get on that, huh?
Need something, Major?
I'm just curious about your time in Special Forces.
It was quite a while ago now. My squad did field training and support for resistance groups on imp-occupied planets. Never thought I'd be hip-deep in guerrilla fighting in my own backyard, though. Guess that's just how desperate things have gotten. We'll have to catch a drink and talk shop sometime after this is all over. For now, though, you'd better get on with the op. Best of luck.
Well, I suppose that is a polite way of him, at least, to say, oh, go away, leave me alone. Ah, yes. Well, she was a little bit ruder about it, of course, but nevertheless, let's see. We need to now locate the captured smuggler hangar, which is going to be very far away indeed, isn't it? Okay, yes. Okay, so where do I actually have to head to here? Oh, it appears there's 2 different exits to this area, so we can just head out here and see in actuality how far away we actually have to travel. If it's not too far, then obviously I don't need to cut away, but let's just take a look here real quick and see whether that is actually going to be the case. We also want to mount up as well. Let's do that. There we go. Okay, so, oh yes, it's actually very far away. Okay, well, I'll see you there. Okay, so we've arrived at the captured smuggler hangar, and we'll now be heading inside. Oh yes, we now need to defeat some Imperial forces, 16 of them to be exact, and hopefully they will be relatively easy to fell before us. Oh yes, as we can see here, the commandos are actually very easy to kill. Unfortunately, the droids are a little bit tougher, but still no problem for us. That is for sure. So let's just see what we can do here. We're just going to be taking these guys out, no problem at all. Very nice to see that indeed. And, oh my, we're actually already in here. Okay, so let's just see here. That is all we need to do. We just need to defeat Imperial forces. Okay, well, coming right up. Let's do it. Let's get a nice mortar volley going on here. I'm actually going to focus on the captain now as well. Going to try and get a cryo grenade. There we are. That's exactly what we want to see, isn't it? Yes. Nice cryo grenade, stunning him for 4 seconds there. And now eliminate him, no problem. Now there is actually a champion unit over there, which we are obviously going to have to deal with in just a second. I just want to get gut going in on this guy. A nice assault plastique perhaps as well. And we can eliminate him very quickly and efficiently, of course. Oh, what did we actually just pick up there? Was that actually something good? No, I think it... Oh, wow, that's actually really nice for Elara. Large influence gain right there.
You're entirely too kind.
184 influence, very nice. Okay, so there is actually a shock droid here. We will just eliminate the other guy with our mortar volley, and then we'll head in here to maybe deal some damage here with a nice stock strike. Oh, they have terminate. It's actually an HK droid, if you can believe that. That's actually really cool. I like that. So let's just interrupt his ambush as much as we can. If he attempts to use terminate again, I'll try and use our cryo grenade to interrupt him. He's using a repair probe. I may as well just interrupt him now, just to make sure he doesn't repair anything. And there we have it. Oh yes, he is no HK-47 or 55 or anything along those lines, is he? No. Okay, so let's just take this guy out now as well. And I found out that you actually deal, I think it is 3% more damage when you actually deal damage to a bleeding target. So I'm actually very happy about seeing that. Unfortunately, I won't be able to interact with that, or interrupt that, should I say. And we will now just eliminate him. There we go. Wow, Elara did such a good job at actually healing that. Very, very quick indeed of her to do that. Oh yes, I actually forgot. We do actually have an AoE stun as well, which I neglected to use when he was using Terminate there as well. So we actually have 3 different interrupts, if you can believe it. That's absolutely amazing. And I really should not let anything attack us, anything like that at least, anything that has a huge wind-up time would be very easy to interrupt, so no problem there. We should be absolutely fine to just deal with any particular force that wants to take us out, of course. So let's just see here. Okay, so these are obviously behind force fields. We'll probably have to interact with some console, maybe, after this, but let's just see. Okay, there's 2 over there with a volatile gas tank. I think I'll take these opponents over the droid. Seems a little easier to me. And now we'll use our pulse cannon, try and deal some damage here. Nice stock strike to follow up as well. Unfortunately, we are fighting one of these strong units as well as a regular guy. Take him out. There we go. Thank you. Destroy the containment fuel generator. Yes, exactly. Okay, that appears to be all the way over there. Okay, how are we actually gonna... Oh, I see. Yes, there appears to be a generator right down the middle. Okay, I actually thought, it seems to be behind the force field. That would not be very good, would it? No. Okay, so let's just move on here. This guy's going to use Terminate any time now. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to try and interrupt it at the very end of its cast. That seems good to me. Okay, so we do have another stun here as well. Let's use it now. There we go. And we also have a cryo grenade ready if he decides to use it again, which he did not, obviously. There we go. Now we can use our personal holocom.
Havoc Squad to General Garza. Objective complete. The hangars are clear.
Good work. We'll get Captain Ferris and her associates on the move right away.
General, hey, you've got the Major on the line. Good. We've got a serious problem. Imperial troops are firebombing the residential districts. The people still hiding there won't have a chance. You've got to move fast, Major. Take the Imperials out before it's too late.
I'll move out right away.
Not so fast. We need to consider the overall operation before we act. While the Imperials are wasting time with the residential area, Havoc can slip behind them and eliminate the men guarding their dropships. Once the dropships are secured, Captain Ferris's associates can hijack them and bring in more troops for our assault on the Bastion.
Are you ordering me to clear out the dropships, General?
Your call, Major. But if we allow ourselves to be distracted by every small-scale raid, we'll never reach Racton.
But those are families' homes. There's no telling how many people are still hiding out in there. Look how long it's taken Coruscant to recover. We can't let that happen again. Not here.
I have to do what's best for the mission.
The mission is to protect the people of the Republic.
Enough. The matter is settled. Return to base when you've eliminated the guards around the Imperial dropships, Major. Garza out.
Ah, yes. Yet another difficult decision. It appears as though the Trooper story has a lot of difficult decisions, I have to say. And, yeah, that one was slightly easier for me than, obviously, letting Jaxo perish, which was, yeah, very sour in my opinion. But, nevertheless, we have now gained a mission to defeat the dropship guards and to disengage an alarm as well. I think getting more troops for the attack on the Bastion, surely that is a better idea. The bigger picture, shall we say, is probably the way to go. But nevertheless, we have a rather fair distance to cover, so we will be ending this episode off here. And so I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.